Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Aviana. This is Aviana's Ascension. And today we are doing a reading for the woman that is ready to begin, okay? At the beginning of March, I did a reading for the woman who's scared to restart. So now we're tapping into the ladies who are ready to begin again, who know what they want to go after, but maybe you're needing a little bit of guidance about exactly how, or maybe what parts of yourself you need to embrace and embody to help you with this transition. Of course, like no matter how much preparation you do, there's always going to be twists and turns in your journey. But this reading is for the women that are like, you know what? I know I can't predict everything. I know I don't know everything, but I'm ready to begin. I'm ready to go after it. I'm not going to, let the unknown hold me back or let my comfort zones hold me back. So let's get into it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And I do healing work for women. And of course, if you are not a woman, if you don't identify as that, but you want to tune in, tap in, if you resonate, you're welcome. Everyone tapping into their feminine energy is a blessing. So get into it. But yeah, we're just going to get into it, jump right in. We're going to start with the Work Your Light Oracle deck. So let's see what's going on. Spirit, let's get some messages for these beautiful women who are ready to begin again. Okay, so I'm seeing like an angel spreading her wings, like you're ready to spread your wings and fly, and you know that you are divinely protected. If you don't know that now. You are absolutely protected, watched over during this transition. Because think about it, like we need more women like you right now. We need women to stand in their power, to go after the things that they want to go after, to share their voice, to share their light, whether that's in like a big way, like doing work for other women, or like executing this transition in a big way, like on social media or something, or even if it's just your own personal changes in your life and it's just with you and it's just you and you up in there, that's perfect too. Because the more women stand in their power, the more it ripples out into the whole world. And we need that right now. I know that's right. We need it. Okay. So let's get into it. Let's start it off. Spirit, what do the women need to know who are ready to begin again, who are embarking on this transformation, on this new journey? What guidance do you have for them? Please and thank you. Okay, I love it. I love it. Okay, gorgeous. We have Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. I know that's right, ladies. Here, I just use my phone, so let me just clean that up real quick. It looks a mess. Okay, it just looks like that. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, Unbound. Look at that. Look how beautiful. Some of you guys may have been really tapping into the full moons. We I think, just left eclipse season, so there could have been a lot of transformation and things in that regard. We also have at the bottom of the deck the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? So I feel like for a lot of you ladies, you're realizing that does not make sense for me. That relationship, that person, that work environment, that friend, that lifestyle, whatever it is, that does not work for me anymore. And the thing is, a lot of it was from past life stuff. A lot of the things that you kept telling yourself, that, the rules that you kept abiding yourself to, were because of past life stuff. And your ability to break out of that is you healing past life things, And think about it this way, like, I know women have a long way to go in regards to like equality and fairness and like level playing field, but we've really have gotten very far if you're thinking of all of women. You know what I mean? Like we have come a long, long way. And just know that like you standing in your power and you saying, this does not work for me anymore. This may be what my culture, my family, my environment, my society may be wanting me to do, but I'm not going to do that. And I don't have to do that. So congratulations. It may have felt like a very big release or a very big, like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm finally doing this. And it's because it was a very big deal. And you got to understand that generations of women have been waiting to do what you've done, what you've decided you're doing. So understand that if you're overwhelmed by that, that's very, very normal. But stand in that, because there were versions of you women in your bloodline, women in the world in general, who were not able to stand up like you have the chance to now. So stick with that. Keep going with it. Gorgeous. Okay. And then we have don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Absolutely. Don't dim. I'm really digging this like pink shaftan situation she's wearing. Some of you may be wearing something like that, or maybe you like flowy outfits like that. I know I love a flow. But yeah, don't dim to fit in. I feel like this is something that you've already kind of understood because it's very noticeable when you are dimming to fit in. It like your soul is like breaking. You know, you're like, I have all these friends or I have all of this approval, external validation, but like I'm not happy, you know? So I feel like this is something that we've already dealt with, and we've felt the repercussions of dimming to fit in, and so we're not doing that no more. So I'm not even gonna like dwell on that too much. Ooh, baby. Let's talk about it. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. I know that's right. This is one of my favorite cards. Seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Absolutely. This is just the beginning. And I'm hearing the song Brick by Boring Brick by Paramore. If you've heard that song or if you like Paramore, leave a comment down below. Who doesn't love Paramore? Love Paramore. But it kind of makes me think of that song where it's like, you know, I built this kind of fairy tale brick by boring brick, and now the prince is going to come save me, and I'm not even interested. You know what I mean? It's like some of you ladies, you really believed a story that you were told, you know? Go to college, meet your husband or meet your partner, have kids, have the white picket fence, stay at home. And you were doing that, and you're like, where's the fulfillment of all of this? Like, yes, it's very safe, very predictable. I know everyone around me will approve of this lifestyle, but like I'm bored. And so now you're allowing yourself to create another story for yourself. And it's more exciting to lay that foundation, to learn and be curious and let the journey kind of like unfold in front of you because it's something that you care about, you're excited about. It doesn't matter how unknown it might be, you have a lot of trust. Also, the fact that it says Anna, grandmother of Jesus, I just feel like tapping into that feminine energy is very, very important right now. See, and wait, another little chiffon thing. Okay. But just, yeah, really respecting, honoring the feminine energy. And for some of you, maybe you have a grandmother who very much watches over you, or maybe she's still alive, which if you have your grandma still alive, go hug her, go love on her. You know, because I know my great aunt and my grandma are all in heaven or wherever they be going, watching over me. So maybe take a moment to honor your grandma, or if you have a great aunt or some sort of passed on maternal figure. Oh my goodness, I'm just hearing like for some of you, it is your actual mom. And I'm so sorry about that. No matter what age you're at, it's never easy to have to lose your mother. But honor her in some way. Light some incense, get some flowers. You can even go visit her grave if that's possible, or write her a letter. You know, do something to call in that energy and just honor it in some way. Ooh, and then we have birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. I know that's right. Spirit's letting you know you are creating that new story. You are creating that new house, brick by beautiful brick. Okay? Look at you. Look at that. This to me looks like an egg and like you're being born, kind of. You know, it's just you're manifesting a new life, a new beginning for yourself. And Spirit wants you to know that. It can be very hard to trust, to have faith, to keep going. But Spirit wants you to know you're on the right path. You're doing the right thing. Keep going. Keep going. This is just the beginning. Ooh, yeah, Spirit wants you to know this is just the beginning. So for some of you, it's already been so exciting. It's already been so beautiful, so fulfilling. So knowing that that is just the tip of the iceberg, let that be the motivator for you to keep going because you're just breaking the mold, right? No, that's not a saying. That's not a saying. Breaking the mold is a saying, but not in that way. But you know, you're just like seeing the tip of the iceberg with this situation. So just keep going with it. And again, for those of you who, because some people, it helps them to know what they're doing for others to keep going. Because if it's just for them, they don't, some people don't really think that's a good enough reason, but it is. And if that's your belief system, get rid of that, because you are enough, and living your life for you is exactly what you should be doing. But for those of you that it's not quite enough for you just yet, know that the more you stand in this power, the more that the power will be on earth, right? And where we're at right now, we need people to stand in their power, to use their voice, to follow their dreams, to trust themselves, to trust the universe, to create and manifest with pure intentions. So please keep it up. Keep it up, sister. All right, Spirit. We're going to get into some tarot now. We got the Morgan Greer deck. I love this deck so much. I just got it. And I've always been really connected to this deck. My first, the first tarot reader I watched on YouTube like 10 years ago, she used this deck and I always wanted it and I got it. And guess what, you guys? I'm from Kansas City. Bill Greer, the illustrator, is also from Kansas City, and he went to the Kansas City Art Institute. Isn't that funny? I knew I felt connected to this deck. I love that. I just love that little fun fact. Okay, let's get into it though, Spirit. Let's get some guidance. Let's get some advice, wisdom. What can the ladies expect on this journey? What do you need to warn them about? Please and thank you. I'm seeing something. I'm just seeing a horse. I'm just seeing a horse galloping, and I'm only seeing the gallop. And obviously it's the year of the horse. So know that like you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, right? Because last year was rough. It was all about like what's not working, what do I need to get rid of, what do I need to let go of. And now this year it's like, okay, now I have this fresh start and I have this clear vision about what it is I want to move towards. And again, that vision may not include every single step along the way, but you know in general where you want to go. And Spirit is showing you that you're on the right path. You are on the right path. You're taking the right action. You are making forward progress. Even for some of you where it may feel like, okay, well, this progress feels really slow. When are things going to start really picking up? It's already happening. Especially for those of you that feel like, okay, but it's not happening fast enough. Trust and believe. And I have to tell myself this sometimes. There's going to be moments in your life where you're so busy, where you're so freaking like, that you're going to reminisce on these days and be like, dang, I wish I had appreciated that slow pace. Because now that it's boom, 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 and there's no sign of it slowing down, I wish I'd appreciated that. So keep that in the back of your head whenever you're like, why isn't this happening faster? Why isn't it moving faster? Why aren't my sales like this? Where are the new clients? Trust and believe they're going to come your way, and trust in the slow unfolding, because I love a slow unfold. It helps your nervous system also get like acclimated to the things that you're calling in. And so whenever you're calling things in and your nervous system isn't ready to receive it, it's more likely that you're going to sabotage it. So let the universe slowly give you things so that way you can hold space for it and not get overwhelmed and sabotage it. You know what I mean? Because listen, I'm sure a baby would love to have like a gorgeous Thanksgiving dinner. But if the baby doesn't have teeth, if the baby can't chew properly, if the baby can't even take like bigger bites of stuff, it's going to choke getting that dinner. So like, we're not going to do that to the baby. The universe isn't going to do that to you either. Okay, let's talk about it. Bottom of the deck, overall energy. I know that's right. We have the Emperor. I know that's right. Okay, look at you. You're the boss. You're calling the shots. You have the vision. You've got the support. You've got the resources. You've got the power. So we're getting it done. We're going for it, and that's it. This has come about after some sort of ending, Ten of Swords there, but I like the way this is depicted here, because obviously it's freaking gnarly with the blood and all that. But like with the white, because white represents purity. So like that snow is showing you whatever difficult ending had to be processed. It happened so that way you could have a fresh start. So you could have a clean slate and stand in that power. You know what I'm saying? We have the Queen of Wands. Oh, the King of Swords and the King of Wands. Interesting. Okay. I don't know, like all I'm hearing is like knowing when to go, like I'm seeing a ping pong or a pinball in the, what are those things called? Wait a minute. What is that pinball machine? Duh. Okay. So I'm seeing, I love spirit. I love spirit. I love myself. I love how we do it. I'm seeing the pinball going back and forth in the machine. And so what I'm seeing with this energy is knowing when to go back and forth to the feminine, to the masculine, knowing when to follow your passion, right? Because the wands are all about passion, but the swords are about logic, your truth, your morals, your values, you know? So I feel like you know when to say, like, okay, let me follow my passion, and then be like, okay, wait a minute, let's be logical. Is this making sense? You know, let me take action and be in that masculine energy. Okay, wait, let me be in my feminine energy, reflect, rest, take a break. It's very essential, especially when you're going towards new things and manifesting new things, to know when to go, when to stop. Like, you have to have a balance. And I think that's a big thing about what you're learning right now, which is important, right? Ooh, Eight of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. I'm telling you what, ladies, you're going towards abundance. Okay, write that down. Abundance. Put it in the comments, claim it. Okay, you're going towards abundance quickly. And the thing is, it's because you're following your truth. You know what's meant for you. You learned what was not meant for you. And you look, you got your 10 to the ace. It's a whole new chapter, a whole new beginning for you. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And that's because you know what's right for you. You know how to dance within your own energy. And getting to know yourself in that way, trusting yourself, trusting spirit, is exactly the perfect remedy or recipe, remedy, whatever you want, for the 10 of Pentacles. I love it. Okay. All right, let's really get into it. So let's start pulling cards. Let's see what's going on. And everyone in the comments, you know, if you want to have some support or just like put it out there into the world, that whatever it is you're working on, and again, this could be like a personal thing or something you're wanting to share with the whole world, like say you're starting a new business or something like that. Share in the comments. Let's support each other, you know? All right, Spirit, let's get some messages for these beautiful ladies that are ready to begin again, that are ready to go towards their journey. Please and thank you. Okay, starting out, okay. We have the Three of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Queen of Wands. So all of these are at the bottom of the deck, so they're coming back out, so very important messages. Okay. Some of you, you may need a team, okay? Know that like when you invite people in to help you, you're not redistributing the ownership of it. You're not redistributing your worth and how much something means to you, but just allowing people to come and join you for the ride, right? The thing about being an emperor energy is like you're not doing every little thing yourself. You're not the emperor and the army and the treasurer and, you know, whatever else they got going on with the emperor. You know what I mean? You're just the emperor, but you need to learn how to delegate. Delegate, okay? Because there are people who want to help you, there are people who want to support you, but thinking that you have to do it all on your own and you have to have all the answers or else it's not worthy or whatever is silly, okay? Like, ask for help, you know? And this could look like maybe just reaching out to people who do similar things as you or are going through similar journeys, you know, allowing yourself to have that kind of support. This could also look like maybe finding a mentor or a counselor or a therapist. You know, like for me in my business, because I obviously, Aviana's Ascension, hello, it's my business. I just paid someone to help me do some marketing work. You know, she helped me figure out a membership plan I could do. She helped me figure out like how to make a certain amount of money a month that I would like to make, and just like broke down my social media stuff. Like she really went ham. And if you guys are needing help in that way, her name, it's Giving Strategy is the business, and she's amazing. So I'll leave that information down in the description box below or in the comments so you guys can look into it if you're needing that. But moral of the story, even if it's just, you know, a personal thing, maybe you need a personal trainer or a therapist or, you know, just something like that. Understand that you don't have to do it all on your own in order for it to be worthy. Okay? There's a reason humans are social creatures. We're not meant to do everything by ourselves. You know, we're meant to have community and friendship and people we can lean on, and elders and things like that. All right, with the Queen of Wands, I love this because I feel like Spirit's saying like you're very attractive, you're very charismatic, you're in a very like attracting energy right now. So if you're wanting, and you know what's funny? In this other deck, it says soul family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. So yeah, for some of you, this is getting difficult or maybe hard because you feel like you have to do it by yourself, but you don't. So understand that you're in a season where you're attracting people to you, people that are aligned with you, that can see you for what you're worth, you know, people that honor and respect what you're bringing to the table and what you're working on. Okay. We have the Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So see, it's like you're going towards smoother waters and you are very much protected in that moment, but also like allow yourself to lean on other people, you know? And if you're not sure who that could be or where you can meet these people, ask your spirit guides, ask your ancestors, ask the maternal people that have passed on that watch over you. You know, they can give you all the advice and they can help direct you towards what it is you're meant to go towards. Also, if there's a situation where you're just randomly wanting to go out or wanting to go to an event or something, go. Because that's telling me, like, Spirit's saying, like, we're pushing you to go places to meet people. Okay. Tell me more about this Queen of Wands. Okay. Okay, so we have the Three of Swords and Judgment. Okay. Okay, so some of you may feel like maybe you got burned in the past, and so you're like, I don't really trust people. I don't really want to open this up to others. But you also have to be clear about what it is that you do want. You know, if you are wanting people that you can trust, if you're wanting people that you can be yourself around, like-minded people, people that feel like family, people that feel like you can relax around them, then you have to start focusing on that and not necessarily the past pain. Because I'm getting an energy of someone who has been done wrong in the past, someone who has trusted people that they should not have trusted. But understand that Spirit puts you through those situations so that way you can learn. So you can strengthen your discernment, your intuition, you know? Because whenever you've dealt with shady people in the past, you can spot them a mile away. So give yourself more credit for that. Because you are someone who is very attractive, you know? It doesn't have to be literally physically, but like people are very, very drawn to you. It might be easy for you to make friends or easy for you to be in a public setting and like people just come up to you. So when you shine like that and you attract things like that, naturally you can attract people that have no business being around you. But you had to go through that before, so that way you could have the discernment for now. Understand that you've learned the lesson. You know what I mean? Like you've learned what you needed to learn. So give yourself credit for that. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to let some shady, weird person come around you again. This makes me think of a TikTok I was watching. Some girl had just moved to LA or something, and like she was trying to meet people, make friends. She met this man, and like he invited her to some weird basement. I don't know what was going on, but she kept calling him Polka Dot Kulot. I don't know. And she was saying like she got out of that situation and was safe and good because like something was telling her like, oh, this is weird, and then she ran into him again, and like he asked for her number and she was like, okay, I'll give it to you, and then gave him the wrong number, and then he was like, this number isn't working. So then she gave him the right number, and of course it worked, and then she just walked away and then blocked him and hasn't ran into him again. You know what I mean? So it's like if she hadn't ran into Polka Dot Kulot in the first place, she would not have been able to say, oop, that's Polka Dot Kulot, this is weird, let me back it on up and run up out of here. You know what I mean? So just trust and believe that like you go through painful things for a reason. It's not to punish you. It's not so you like give up your faith in humans. It's so you can learn these tools that we need on earth. Because we're not in what? Heaven. I always have to tell people that. Because it's like, this is not heaven. This is not nirvana. This is not the sixth dimension. It's not that here. So we need to have things like discernment. We need to have our intuition. We need to have our spidey senses. And sometimes we're not naturally born with that. There's a million stories on TikTok I've been hearing lately about people that are just not having situational awareness. You know what I mean? Like the sirens are not going off for them. The sirens go off for you though. And it's because of things you've been through, but understand that like you went through those things so you could learn, not so you could, just trust people forever. Don't do that to yourself. Yeah, it's definitely like things from the past have hardened you, and that's normal, right? Like I've been through things that make me look at people like, and that's okay. Like we need to have that, but I'm not hardened towards everyone. I'm not hardened towards people who want to help me with my business. No way. All right, let's keep it going. Tell me more about the Three of Pentacles, the Emperor. I love it. We have the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Cups. Okay, gorgeous. See, there's a lot of love surrounding you and what it is that you're wanting to build, that you're wanting to invest in. And again, it can literally be something big for everyone or just like rebuilding your own self. It's either way, it's beautiful. And Spirit just wants you to know like there's a lot of people who see you who are really looking up to you, who really want to advocate for you, help you out. And it's all in the name of love. It's not in the name of, okay, let me like, try to get in on this and like benefit from it. Like, no, there's a lot of people who truly just love you and just want to support you. This is making me emotional because like I feel that, There are people, like with my business that share my stuff, that comment on it. And even if it's just like a little thing, like it really does mean the world to me. And it's so special and so beautiful. And it just made me think of that. It's all in the name of love. Like a lot of people love you. A lot of people want to support you. So let them, Could be dealing with an Aries, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, maybe Leo, maybe Aries. Or not Leo and Aries. Maybe Leo, maybe Sag. Maybe a Scorpio. Maybe a Scorpio did you wrong. That's gorgeous. Yeah, it's like you know what you want to build and you're going to build it. So just let people help you out a little bit too. I love it. Okay. Tell me more about Judgment. I don't really care about that Three of Swords, to be honest. We have the Page of Cups, and then there's the Two of Swords. Yeah. Sorry, I just choked on smoke. Incense, what are you going to do? Okay, the fact that there's so much like cups surrounding this, there's so much love surrounding this, for real. Not only from you, but like people around you truly love you and want you to win and have the best adventure with this. But you need to be open to it. Look, you're guarded. You're guarded because of the things you've been through in the past, obviously, right? But again, we all go through things. It's up to us if we're going to let these things hold us back in the future or not. And my thing is like, listen, we all have past pain, we all have trauma, we all have that, but I'm not going to be someone to co-sign you letting your past trauma stop your future fulfillment. No, I'm not co-signing that. I'm not, okay? Because this is what we're going to do. We're going to overcome that, okay? And we're going to understand that everything happens for a reason. Take the lesson, not the pain. That's what Spirit wants you to do, okay? Because you need to have an open heart, Page of Cups. You need to have an open, optimistic heart for this, right? Definitely do some nervous system work because Spirit's ready to bless you. Spirit's ready for this to, go all the way to the top floor. But if you cannot handle that, if you can't feel safe in that expansion, you're going to sabotage it. So you got to do that work, okay? Do some heart chakra work, forgiving of the past work, whatever. All right. Some of you may benefit from a soul alchemy ceremony with me. All that stuff's on my website. If you guys want to look into it, it's down in the description box below. But that's where I help people move on from their past pain and go towards the things that they want. So if you're needing help in turning this into something that works for you, let me know. But this can be done with journaling, meditation, whatever. But it's time to move on from the past so you can have an open heart so you can call in the people that are here to help you on this journey. All right. Yeah, it's like something from the past for sure. It could even be from childhood for some of you. But Spirit's letting you know with the Four of Swords, exactly. You've moved on from the pain, okay? The only thing keeping you here is you reminiscing about it. So reminisce in a way that works for you. You know what I'm saying? Say like, okay, this person hurt me, but look what I learned. You know, look at how I've been able to overcome. Look at how much growth. Because I guarantee you wouldn't put yourself in that situation again. So celebrate the fact that you've grown from that and stop putting yourself going through it, your nervous system, by reminiscing about it. It's too heavy. Put it down. See, and maybe some of you could have a spiritual healer or a therapist or something like that to help you with that. Then you can see like, okay, wait, maybe I can trust people, you know? I don't know. All right, tell us more about the Ace of Cups, Knight of Cups, Page of Cups. Let's see more about this heart open. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, wow. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I love this deck so much. It's so cute. Okay. So yes, okay. Heart open. Let me tell you what. Six of Pentacles. That's what comes your way when you open your heart. People are ready to give, ready to advise, ready to offer resources, offer help, be a shoulder to lean on. Whatever it is that you need, the universe is ready to send you the people, the resources that will help you get there. But you are not able to receive it because your heart is not open. So open that heart up, because there are people who have everything that you need that will help you, okay? Whether that's advice, money, resources, other people, whatever, you know? Be receptive to it. You know, like the other day, I just had someone message me about some sort, like they do some business classes over at the Kaufman Center or something. And then if you take those business classes, you're I think automatically able to apply for angel investors, which are obviously people that give you money for your business or whatever. So it's like even just little things like that, you know, like just being open can give you, and sometimes you may use a resource, you may not. Just being open to it and being open to see what people have to offer you, what guidance people have is beautiful, you know? Because look, we've got the World card. Yes. Okay. Spirit's letting you know when it comes to the betrayal, the rejection, the pain, the hurt, you've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. They're not going to put you through that again unless you decide to stay in that frequency. We have to understand at a point, it gets to being we're attracting this energy because we're staying in it. You have to be accountable for the things that are going on around you, how you're choosing to react and respond to it, because that's the thing that will keep you in that energy. You know what I'm saying? It's like when people say, do you want to look at the cup half full or half empty? If you look at it half empty, everything else around you is going to be half empty. But if you look at it half full, everything else around you is going to be half full, right? What you give attention to, energy to, is going to grow. That's just a fact. We all know that. So if you're sitting here looking at this person did me wrong, that person did me wrong, this person hurt my feelings, that person betrayed me, the universe is going to send more people to prove to you that's your energy. That's the reality you live in. But if you choose to say, that person taught me how to set boundaries, that person taught me how to value myself, that person taught me not to beg for love. Those are beautiful things. That is what we need to focus on. Understand that there are not going to be people coming back around here to hurt you, betray you anymore. That's not going to happen anymore because you have the World card. You've completed that cycle. You've learned what you needed to learn from it. Give yourself the credit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I always try to tell people, like, okay, so you went through this horrible thing. If this happened again, would you go through it again? No, because you learned from it. So stop torturing yourself, keeping yourself stuck there. Cut it out, okay? Because we have the Three of Cups. It's time for a reunion. It's time for friendship. It's time for support. It's no more Three of Swords. No more heartbreaks. That's not going to happen. You're meeting your soul family. You're meeting your tribe that's going to help you, uplift you, support you. Be open to that. Trust and believe it's not going to be none of that nonsense anymore. Also, 3. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 threes. Okay, so 3 threes. And that is all about creativity, expansion, abundance. The Empress is card number 3, just to give you a little comparison of what the number 3 is really about. So Spirit's confirming for you, like, yeah, you're moving on to bigger and better, absolutely. You just need to get your nervous system, your thought process on that same page, you know? All right, we have the Page of Pentacles with Temperance as well. So with the Page of Pentacles, yeah, like this is a new journey for you. And this is what makes me kind of sad a little bit, is because people who have been through a lot, who have pure hearts, who are good people, they struggle the most with accepting abundance and beauty because they're not used to it. And they're the most scared to take a risk on themselves. And that's just not fair. That's just not fair, you know? And I was telling people, like I have an online ceremony coming up on Monday the 30th. It's called You Are Her. I'll leave information down below if you want to participate. It is online, so you can join from anywhere. But I was like promoting it, and I said, like, imagine if people with good hearts, pure intentions, weren't scared to manifest and ask for more, like these bad people, you know? And good, bad, whatever, like that's not real, right? Everyone has their role that they're supposed to play. But I truly feel like what the world is going into is a space where people with pure intentions, good hearts, selfless people, it's going to be a flip around where they're going to start having the abundance and the money and the philanthropy. Like imagine if people who wanted to help others got a lot of money, you know? And the reason it hasn't been like that is because bad people, selfish people, whatever, they believe that they deserve all of those things. So imagine if you felt that way. Someone with a big heart, someone who would give as much as they were receiving and not hoarding and not like creating horrible situations and environments for people just so they could have more, you know? That's what we're moving into. And you showing up as a page in that just shows how out of the norm it is. But let this be the new normal. Let you having abundance, going towards new opportunities, traveling for some of you, let that be the new normal. And just because you weren't used to financial security, just because you weren't used to being able to take a risk on yourself, does not mean it's dangerous. You are safe to expand, to explore, to go towards new horizons, to invest in yourself, to invest in other things. You are absolutely safe to do that. Because look, you got the Ace of Pentacles right here. So yeah, it is going to blossom and bloom into very beautiful things. But I just wanted to take a moment to just talk about the fact that, you know, it can take a lot for someone who has been through a lot of trauma to feel safe, to expand, to have abundance, to have love, to have good energy. And I just think that's so sad, but it makes sense, you know, obviously, because it's like the poor shelter cat who's been abused and someone's just trying to give them milk and they're like, you know what I mean? I'm out of control. But, you know, that's sad. But I just want you all to know, trust and believe me when I say this. Like, I don't just speak just to talk, you know. I know that we're going into an era where the most selfless, beautiful, abundant people are going to have the abundance, the success, the spotlight. And it's because it's about time. You know, it's about time. Okay, gorgeous. Temperance, last card here before we go into the oracle. This is one of my favorite cards for real. Because Temperance talks about harmony, balance, peace. You're on the other side. You're on the other side. the universe doesn't have lessons to teach you anymore when it comes to pain, discernment, choosing yourself. But the universe has things to teach you when it comes to feeling safe, asking for more, feeling safe, standing in your power in the spotlight. And I just want you guys to know what a beautiful place to be. You have to learn to trust again. Trust the universe. And what? Oh, it's so good. You know what I mean? Like, especially when you go from having to learn how to choose yourself to now trusting that the universe is choosing you too. Basically, just get out of your own way. Know that you have been through everything you needed to go through to be ready for this, to be ready to stand in this, to ask for this, to move towards this, whatever that this is for you, because it's different for all of you, right? But you're ready. You have everything you need. You have all the lessons you needed. Now it's just time to flow. Now it's just time to trust. And the fact that it's like this is your last card and this is peace, balance, harmony, like that's what's coming your way. So trust. And thank you for taking that risk, for choosing yourself, for choosing growth, for choosing fulfillment. Because I know it's not easy or else everyone would do it, right? So thank you for that. Okay. We're going to close out with the Soulful Woman Oracle deck here. And if this resonated for you, if this resonated for you, let me know with a like, a comment. Definitely subscribe to the channel. All of that helps the channel grow. And share this reading with a friend, a loved one, a foe even, if you would like. Thank you so much for doing that. And again, if you would like to book services with me, maybe a personal reading, I do cord cutting rituals, the soul alchemy ceremony. I also make personalized guided meditations and affirmations. If you want to check that out, you can go to my website. If you scroll down below, it's linked down there. I also have a newsletter you can sign up for if you would like to receive exclusive coupons and content and things like that. And then I also have my my friend's marketing business. It's Giving Strategy. It's down below. And my next online ceremony, You Are Her, taking place the 30th, March 30th. So check it out if you'd like, okay? It's very, very beautiful stuff that I offer, honestly. Like, I love what I do. And by the way, I had to go through all that painful stuff to be able to heal myself so I can be someone to help heal others, right? So it's like, obviously, like, I didn't want to get kicked out when I was 19. I didn't want to get, have loser men hurt my feelings. I didn't want any of that. But I'm glad I went through it, because if I hadn't gone through that, I wouldn't be this person who's here to help you. You know what I'm saying? So find purpose in it. All right? All right, let's close it out, Spirit. Thank you so much. Okay, they're showing me the Spirit like horse. So they're very much emphasizing it's time to get up and go. All right, let's grab this guy. Ooh, and no, I'm just kidding. Okay, look, these two are blue, very blue, talking about your soul's truth. So some of you guys might benefit from some throat chakra work, okay? Maybe get some blue crystals sit here. If any of you do like the face rolling or the gua sha, is that how you say it? Whatever it's called, the face stuff. When I do mine, I make sure to get my throat. I just choked myself. It's very different when you're pressing your knuckle versus something that's not pressing directly into it. But I make sure to get my throat, and then I make sure to get my third eye a lot too. Because to me, I don't know, that just activates it. It's not my belief. Okay. Now these two are very much like red, orange, yellow. So maybe root chakra. I would do more solar plexus, sacral chakra. But root chakra is good for the nervous system stuff if you haven't been feeling safe. Like maybe you know what you want to go towards, you know you can do it, but like the initial like, okay, let's do it is making you scared. So root chakra stuff might work. But sacral and solar plexus are all beneficial too. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so number 27, quiet nourishes me. So 27, that makes 9. Quiet nourishes me. It connects me to the power of now. Ooh, okay, I like that. Especially for those of you that struggle with accepting that something has happened in the past and it's in the past, because the number 9 talks about things that are coming to an end. And last year was a number 9 year. So I feel like some of you have trouble recognizing, like, okay, I'm not there anymore. I'm safe to expand. So whenever you feel like I'm not safe, I'm scared, how do I, doubting all that, quiet yourself, quiet your mind, meditate, okay? Because meditating, or even just doing that thing that people do for panic attacks, like, okay, what are 5 things I see? 4 things I feel, maybe 3. There's a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 about things you with your senses, like you see, you smell, your hearing, your taste, whatever. So maybe doing something like that, just little grounding things you can do in the moment, so you get out of your head and remind yourself, like, okay, here right now, I'm okay. Okay, number 15, igniting my joy. 15, that makes 6. I'm not a numerologist, don't know what that means. 6 and, well, I was about to say 6 and 7, which 6, 7. No, we're not doing that. But if you did it, it's okay. I still love you. Let's move on. Okay, number 15, igniting my joy, which makes 6. Attuning to the highest good in myself and others ignites my natural joy. Yes. Ooh. Spirit does not want you to forget to have fun. Have fun in this journey. Have fun in this unfolding. It doesn't always have to be serious. It doesn't always have to be about, like, okay, let me mark something off my to-do list. Like, maybe it can just be about, like, let me have fun in this moment, Like with my readings, like, I just do what I want and I just have fun with it. I don't force myself to pull cards at a certain time anymore. I don't force myself to follow a certain spread or layout. I just do what feels right for me. And I take off the pressure. Like, for a long time, I was doing full moon, new moon readings, sending out a newsletter with that, and then doing a ritual. And it was like, it just didn't align with me because I'm not an astrological girly. Like, I love astrology, don't get me wrong, but like, I don't know what's going on in my birth chart. I know I have 4 Aquarius placements and 4 Capricorn. I don't even know what that means. You know what I mean? So do things in a way that works for you, not in the way you feel like you have to do it. And also understand that time unfolds exactly how it's meant to. You're going to get somewhere or accomplish something exactly when you're meant to, and not a moment before. And when you're trying to push and force and get there faster than you're supposed to, it's going to delay it. So don't feel like it's a race against time. It's just a race against you. If you're showing up better than you did yesterday, gorgeous, right? And that's not always about, let me accomplish everything. Sometimes that's about, did I listen to my body today? Did I drink enough water today? You know what I mean? So just be aware of the things that you're trying to sacrifice in the name of getting there faster, and know that joy is in, like, gratitude is how you can make something come in faster for you. So focus on the what you do have and not what you're lacking. Okay. All right. Number 48, following my truth. 4 plus 8 is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. Back at the 3. And what your truth is, that you're meant for abundance, expansion. You're meant for creativity. I love that. Okay. Believing in and following my inner truth helps me live an authentic and empowered life. I know that's right. Absolutely. Because remember, at the end of the day, it's your life. You only get this one life as this version of you. So live it how you want to live it. Do what you want to do. And don't feel bad about it. Some of you guys, I'm really noticing the owl and the feathers. Maybe some of y'all are collecting feathers, or maybe, oh, this is a peacock feather. I don't know. Feathers. All right, last card here. Number 8. Ooh, I like the number 8. Again, I don't know what it means, but to me, it's like a very, like it makes me think of the infinity symbol. And to me, it's very divine, spiritual, intuitive number. Okay. Number 8, soul's truth. I listen to my soul's simple truths and allow my life to unfold naturally. I know that's right. This is a perfect card to end on. So, yeah, following your truth, going towards what's right for you, but letting it unfold naturally. Whenever you're trying to race, that is a sign of distrust, right? Because if you know something's meant for you, you don't need to race to it. It's kind of like with traffic lights. You know what I mean? Whenever the light is red, you're not like panicking, being like, I hope it turns green and I'm not stuck here all day. And when it does turn green, you're not like creeping through the intersection, being like, I hope no one hits me. You know what I mean? And if you are, we need to do some work with that because that's too much anxiety and you just need to calm down a little bit, you know? Because I know sometimes people have been in wrecks, so that makes it like some PTSD, which I get that. But there are certain things like you know that it's going to be there. You know what I'm saying? So I want you to treat whatever this goal is or whatever it is you're working on, I want you to treat it with that much certainty. Because if you believe it, it will happen. So you might as well be certain. You might as well be a little delusional about it because why not? If you're going to bet on anything, bet on yourself. 100%. Be delusional. Because it's not delusional when it works out. I'm just saying. You know, I'm sure a lot of people thought that about me, but I'm out here doing it. Okay. All right. That is the reading. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Love you, love you, love you. Again, if you want anything else from me, a service, newsletter, social media, all of that is down below, linked in the description box. I also have the ceremony if you want to join me there. I have ceremonies coming up every month of the year. So if you want to check out more, go to my website. I do have one that's popped up for April, but I'm going to start getting them together now. So I don't have to do this once a month. And I mean like getting them ready. I like promoting them. What else was I going to say? Ceremony. I think that's it. We're going to leave it there. I don't know. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining me. Love you so much. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. And I'll see you next time. Bye.